We have returned with vim and vigor. It is Thursday, the 30th day of May, 2024. I'm Dan Kuntz. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Very pleasant morning, pretty good looking day today. Quite a bit of sunshine, a little bit of wind. Temperatures below normal. In fact, outside of a little wind, it's going to be pretty benign. Today, Friday, tomorrow night at the ballpark, it's going to be beautiful for opening day of the Apple Sox taking on Port Angeles. Our cameras will be there. Not a bad Saturday. Things are going to change very dramatically, however, on Sunday. By the time we get to Sunday afternoon, we're going to have some rain. Monday looks cloudy and rainy, although we'll be well into June by Monday. But by this time next week, we could be hitting 90. We're going to be all over the weather map, and we will show you what the weather's going to look like in a couple of minutes. We will have the latest news to get you informed as you head on out the door on this Thursday. If you missed it last night, very exciting, great pitching duel between George Kirby and Justin Verlander. These two guys they had their A game. Went into extra innings. Mariners squeaked out a one-run victory. We'll have highlights of that, plus reactions from J.P. Crawford and Scott Service. We will hear from Mitch Darlington, the head coach of the Wenatchee Apple Sox. Our cameras were at FanFest last night at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. And when I say our cameras, I mean Eric Granstrom was there. We'll have that. It is Thursday. Pause for pets. Ollie the dog needs a permanent home. We'll visit with our friends at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. And opening day is today. It's not actually opening night because the first production is actually this morning. Talking about Stage Kids Washington and their production of Little Mermaid Jr. It opens today at the Numerica Performing Arts Center. They got 2 shows today, 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday, 2 shows Sunday. Lots of chance to see these talented young kids ply their trade. You're going to meet Nellie Bruno and Michaela Garcia. They're in the cast. Michaela and Nellie are. They're in the show. Talented young ladies. You'll meet them. And then you'll hear from Michelle and Kelsey, behind-the-scenes parents of Stage Kids Washington, in the back half of the program. And let's go with our tour. I like this view of Alcoa. This is pretty cool. This is the Rock Island camera. Normally, of course, we flip it around the other way. We can see Rock Island. But instead, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the old Alcoa Wenatchee Works, which in that general area is going to become a huge Microsoft server farm in the not-too-distant future. So good morning to our friends in that neck of the woods. Up the clock we go, way off into the distance, of course, is Palisades, Quincy, and Crescent Bar. So that's our Rock Island camera. You can see it's moving a little bit because it is a little breezy right now, but that's kind of a different view. Good morning to the late lamented Alcoa Wenatchee Works. Camera 2. To the Wenatchee Heights we go. We have that panned off to the west, so Wenatchee proper gets a lot of love, and that's a perfect example of how much the Wenatchee side of the river has grown. The orchards are all but gone. Very few pieces of open space left on the Wenatchee side of the river, all the way up to Sunny Slope, which continues to grow, of course, in Birch Mountain. Gorgeous view there from our Wenatchee Heights camera, and you can see the various broadcast towers. If that looks a little out of focus from Cougar Ridge, that's because it is. The Cougar Ridge camera, as we look out over the Otobashan Bridge, all the fruit warehouses, the cold storage facilities, all the way up to Omi Gardens, the Stamil Complex, gorgeous view there, all the way into the Sleepy Hollow area and off into Monitor from our Cougar Ridge camera. It's called Cougar Ridge because it's a ridge. And finally, I think Leavenworth is on the agenda, and there it is, beautiful Leavenworth. Leavenworth is also running out of open space. Come to think of it, good morning to the Bavarian village of Leavenworth. You're going to have a beautiful day up there. Temperatures are going to be cool, below normal for the most part, until we get to tomorrow and Saturday. But the big thing that's coming up is rather significant. The National Weather Service is calling this storm system dynamic. Here's a quick slide from the National Weather Service to let you know we are in for some rain. Everybody in our viewing area is going to get rain, especially Sunday night and into Monday. The rain will start Sunday afternoon, about 2 or 3. It'll rain for the rest of the day on Sunday, rain overnight into Sunday night into Monday until about noon. So we're in for, and we need rain. We are well behind our annual rainfall. It is coming. It's coming Sunday night and most of the day on Monday. It's a good thing that the Apple Sox have a day game on Sunday. So just be prepared for some cool and wet weather when we get there, and then things are going to go the entire opposite direction. From the National Weather Service, here you go. Lots of sunshine today, not a lot of wind. Actually, all things considered, pretty darn nice. High today of 69. We hit 65 yesterday. It was a little cool. Not a lot of wind. Northwest wind 6 to 10 today. Clear tonight, 43 for the overnight low. A bit breezy tonight as well. Friday, you couldn't ask for a better day. Lots of sunshine, very little wind, high of 75. Going to be a nice night at the ballpark. Overnight low of 56. Mixture of clouds and sun on Saturday. We're going to call it partly cloudy. And a high of 75. Breezy Saturday night with an overnight low of 51. But good news if you're heading to the races, no rain in the forecast. That's not going to come until Sunday afternoon. We cool down to only 67. Rain a good portion of the day on Monday with a high of only 63. And then we do to 72 on Wednesday. And as I mentioned, by Friday of next week, we could be close to 90. Keep in mind, June 1st is Saturday. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll let you know what's making news around north central Washington and the Wenatchee Valley with the news. It's 2 minutes away. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
The Lake Chelan Rotary Club invites you to experience Cycle Chelan, held each year on the third Saturday in June. Pick your thrill from 3 rides: the Metric Century Challenge, Cycle Divino, or the Lake Loop. All profits from Cycle Chelan are used to support student scholarships and other charitable activities of the Lake Chelan Rotary Club. Cycle Chelan, a route for every rider. Pick your thrill today.
The family at the Epladolin want to help your loved one feel at ease in their new home environment. Epladolin offers beautiful one-bedroom and studio apartments. Residents enjoy 3 delicious home-style meals a day, laundry service, housekeeping service, and encouragement to make themselves cozy in their new home. Epladolin welcomes your family to come and visit their family. Epladolin, independent and assisted living. They make the complicated easy for you. Call today for a tour.
Let's go! Put your hands together for the world-famous Harlem Globetrotters. This isn't just basketball, people. This is where what just happened happens all the time. Don't miss the Harlem Globetrotters 2024 World Tour presented by Jersey Mike Subs at Town Toyota Center on June 16th. Go to harlemglobetrotters.com for tickets.
Global Car Care has the best customer service in the Valley. From the moment you walk in the door, their goal is to help you stay on the road, so you can keep doing what's important to you. Global Car Care certified ASE mechanics stand behind your automotive repairs.
Clear skies, are rather chilly, 48 degrees, lots of sunshine, upper 60s, nice slight breeze. All things considered, we have a very nice stretch of weather until we get to Sunday afternoon when the rains come. But we need it. 8 minutes after the hour, a Wenatchee woman wanted on charges of fraud, and she's been wanted since January. Well, authorities finally caught up with her. She was arrested on Sunday. 52-year-old Kelly Ray Jackson had been sought on a warrant for allegedly defrauding a family-run Wenatchee business of almost $90,000. Jackson is charged in Chelan County Superior Court with 6 counts of identity theft, 1 count of first-degree theft, and 2 counts of forgery. Wenatchee police say she acted as the bookkeeper for the construction business back in 2021 and used access to his funds to write checks to herself and buy items on credit. Jackson allegedly agreed to be interviewed with detectives about the case, but didn't show up and then didn't respond to a summons ordering her to appear in court. That was in February. Jackson has no prior felony history. Judge Robert Jordan allowed her to go free on her own recognizance. On Tuesday, she must appear for her arraignment on June 10th. Velocity Swimming, one of the local swimming clubs here in the Wenatchee Valley, is bringing an Olympic gold medalist to town. Jason Lezak is going to do a 1-day swim clinic coming up next month. Lezak, of course, is an 8-time Olympic medalist. He's part of the relay team that still has the world record. The swim clinic will take place at the newly reopened Wenatchee City Pool on June 29th. It'll feature in-water drills, a motivational speech, and a question and answer session, and then there'll be an autograph signing after that. Children's 12 and under, You're going to be taught from 7:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. Ages 13 and over, your lessons will be from 9:30 to noon. The swim clinic is $75 per person. You can register at Velocity Swimming's website. Construction is underway on a $9 million project to help replace and upgrade a century-old irrigation system, while at the same time restoring in-stream flows to Icicle Creek. The Cascade Orchard Irrigation Company has piped its water from the Icicle since 1907, but now its contractors will install a new pump station at the end of Shore Street, and that'll replace the canal and the gravity system, and now shares with the Leavenworth National Fish Hatchery. Chelan County Projects Partners says it'll increase efficiency for irrigation customers in the Icicle Valley, while at the same time adding 11.9 cubic feet of water flow per second to the lower Icicle. Work is expected to go on off and on until May of next year. The project largely paid for with grants from the state and federal government. Speaking of Leavenworth, residents in Leavenworth and the Upper Valley, you could see your reduced service days at the local brush drop-off site cut back quite a bit. The brush yard at the East Leavenworth Road is operated by Chelan County. It's currently open to take tree and yard waste every Friday. But Chelan County Public Works Director Eric Pearson says it's only received a handful of customers each week since it opened in mid-April. The site charges $25 per cubic yard of waste. It needs to collect 50 yards a week to break even. Pearson told Chelan County Commissioners this week if the yard continues to see low usage, it'll only be opened every other Friday. Yard waste cannot legally be trucked east of Leavenworth because, of course, the state's apple maggot quarantine zone. A team of local veterinarians is going to get together to offer a spay and neuter clinic for low-income families. It'll be held June 3rd and 4th at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. We caught up with the veterinarian and clinic coordinator, Radna Ganesa, to learn more about the event and how local pet owners can sign up.
I have a team that I basically collected along with me. So I'm a veterinarian. I have a highly skilled veterinary technician. Actually, I have two, one that currently lives in Wenatchee and then one on the west side. And then I have, as well as two veterinary assistants who are all highly skilled, have experience managing high volume spay neuter clinics and in the shelter medicine field. And they basically are traveling with me to coordinate these high volume spay neuter clinics with other nonprofit organizations such as Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. So we've been able to go ahead and coordinate two previous clinics where we've performed a really high volume of surgeries. And now, because the shelter volume is a little bit lower, we're able to open it up to the public as well. So that's what we are basically doing on June 3rd and 4th coming up, is we are offering 160 surgeries to the public over 2 days. And I think that the public isn't necessarily aware, just because this is something that the Humane Society hasn't been able to offer before. So I'd really love to really drive the public to reach out to us and approach us, even if, the costs are much lower, significantly lower than the average costs of spay and neuter, but I recognize that those still may be out of reach for some people. So really, I just want to encourage as many people as possible to reach out to us.
Would you mind, just for viewer reference, so everyone's aware, just comparing for us the prices that you'll be offering at this event versus typical pricing for these procedures? So
for any cat spay or neuter is $149, and that includes the cost of the surgery, the anesthesia. They are receiving a preoperative exam by me, as well as a microchip and vaccinations. Really, I think that at a normal clinic in town, and this is not to say anything against, just really just thinking realistically about the costs to cover a procedure like this and the time it takes, as well as the resources, you're definitely looking at $200+ for a cat, especially for a spay. And then with regards to dogs as well, any size dog is being offered at $199, and that includes the microchip as well as the vaccine. There is a slight price increase for the extra large dogs, and that's really those dogs that are, I believe, over 95 pounds are $249, but for $200, you really won't see that price, especially for those dogs that are larger, anywhere in this area, nor on the west side. I would say the average cost for a large dog spay is anywhere from, I think the lowest you'd probably be able to get it for is potentially $500. And I think even that is the lower end of the cost for a larger dog spay.
Pet owners that are interested in attending this and getting this procedure done for their pet at this discounted rate, what do they need to do to reserve their spot?
Yeah, so they can go to the Humane Society's website, and I believe that is WenatcheeHumane.org, and they can go ahead and there should be a link there to schedule the spay and neuter, and actually they can do everything through their website. So they're able to reserve that right there. I would encourage them to go ahead and call the Humane Society if they are unable to schedule their spay or neuter, and I believe the extension to the clinic is 3, so if they go ahead and call and dial 3, they can go directly to the clinic, and if they are unable to reach anyone, I would encourage them to leave a voicemail because I do know the staff are checking those daily to help those who can't be reached. And then the last thing I would do is if someone does not have access to a computer or internet, go ahead and come to the Humane Society clinic. And typically there is a staff person sitting up front. And if they can't reach anyone in the clinic, I would encourage them to just walk into the Humane Society and ask for a contact and potentially let the staff know that they don't have access to a computer but are interested in signing up for the spay neuter event.
And now you know what's going on around the Wenatchee Valley in north central Washington. And if you want to keep that momentum going, watch the news tonight at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. 5, 6, and 10 is when our evening news airs. If that doesn't work into your schedule, or you want to just watch the news whenever you want to watch the news and you have a half an hour, our news will be up and running via the World Wide Web, which is going to be huge. This whole internet thing, it's going to catch on. I'm on record on that. Our news will be up and running on our homepage, ncwlife.com, our YouTube page, our Facebook page, wherever. If it's social media and it exists, we're out there, folks. And if there's a news tip, send us a news. News at ncwlife.com. If you think there's something out there that warrants our attention, news at ncwlife.com. If you like pitching duels, we had a beauty last night, but the Mariners pulled it off. Sports is next. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Ruggability. We straight made that word up. How else to describe the otherwise indescribable rugged, capable, incredible versatility and affordability of a Honda SUV? Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com calls Honda the best value brand. EPA says Honda is the most fuel-efficient automaker in America. But we like ruggability, and you'll like the Incredifantabulous deals, so see your Inland Northwest Honda dealer today. Honda can handle it.
There's no place like home, because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories, and we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. You can lift this up. Lifetime warranty.
Great, I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
Ooh. You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Welcome to Gilded Lily Home, where something extraordinary is waiting. You'll be delighted to find an amazing selection of specialty foods and tabletop decor. Browse their uniquely curated collection of gifts. Shop for yourself in their wide collection of jewelry and clothing, and for your home with their amazing hand-selected furniture, lighting, and decor. The Gilded Lily Home, where you can step in for inspiration and leave with beautiful items for your home, your kitchen, and your lifestyle.
18 minutes after the hour, J.P. Crawford drove in Jonathan Clauset with a sacrifice fly in the bottom of the 10th. Mariners beat the Astros. Last night, the final was 2-1. Seattle wins the series, and there's still one more game this afternoon.
On the edges, trying to stay away from barrels on the Astros.
How about Jordan with a couple of hits tonight? Jordan sends one over the head of J.P. Crawford into left center field. That's his second hit, both opposite field hits.
It's a high drive. Deep break center field. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a tie ball game. Dominic Canzone with the chef's kiss. 1-1 tilt here in Seattle. Boy, did he lean on that one. His 5th home run. RBI number 9. 411 feet. Back to even here. Scott ready. Pitch. There it is right there. Tucker's going to make the catch. Classic and just Mariners walk on home. Mariners win it 2-1 in 10. JP with his 5th career walk-off, and the Mariners have won.
A soaking wet J.P. Crawford told Jen Mueller of Root Sports all he was trying to do was make contact and hope for the best.
JP, you know you only needed a hit. You were thinking home run on that one, weren't you?
Yeah, I was just trying to get something in the air, you know, get a sac fly, just get anything to get the runner in.
You had seen so many pitches as your teammates are walking. First of all, how did that benefit you?
It all started with Dom, you know, getting a runner over. That's what winning clubs do. They play the small ball, they play the team ball, and, you know, we're selfless over here, and that's a great AB. That changed the whole game.
You have been in this situation before. I believe it's the 5th time you've had a game winner. Do you tell yourself anything different going up to the plate?
Yeah, I'm telling you, let's get this game over with. Let's get the job done.
It seems simple enough. With the way that Justin Verlander was pitching early in this one, how much did it feel like you're just trying to outlast him?
Yeah, he's a great pitcher. There's no doubt about that. And, you know, we just had to be aggressive against him, but he had his stuff going tonight.
For George Kirby, 50 pitches out of the zone. How was he keeping guys off balance?
George is being George. I mean, he goes out there every time and you know what you're going to get out of him. He's a dog.
Lastly, how much pride does this club take in the tenacity to stick with it and win games like this?
We're hungry. That's all I can say. I mean, we want to win every game, and, you know, that's what we come to do every.
Manager Scott Service said with Justin Verlander and George Kirby throwing, that runs were going to be a scarce commodity.
You know, Verlander and George going back and forth. It was fun to watch. When George was out there, it wasn't so fun to watch when Verlander was out there. But really, you know, it was one of those games going into it. You know, you have to figure out a way, grind through it. But George was fantastic. Can't say enough. I thought tonight, the way he mixed his pitches early in the game, got right into the off-speed pitches, which you need to do against a really good team, good fastball hitting team like the Astros have, and just executed great. You know, for Mitch Garver, having caught a game all year, you can't say enough. I tip my hat. The feel, working all of George's pitches, really did a nice job, you know, going there. Obviously, offensively, it wasn't a lot to talk about. Big home run by Dom. We got to figure out a way how we're going to score a run, you know, after they put one up there against George. But I thought just George working through the 6th inning, 1st and 3rd one out. He gets a punch out and eventually gets out of the inning right at the end of his game. Those are huge moments. Those are huge moments for young players. And George got the capability to do that. You just got to keep executing, and that's exactly what he did tonight.
4-game series wraps up this afternoon at 1:10. Logan Gilbert will take on Spencer Arangetti, who has never pitched against the Mariners. To the scoreboard we go. In the American League West, the Mariners continue their lead over the Rangers. Of course, the Rangers beat the Diamondbacks yesterday 6-1. The Rays knocked off the Athletics 4-3, and my Yankees pulled out a tight one against the Angels. Well, Apple Sox players rolling into the Valley, preparing for their season opener. It's tomorrow against Port Angeles. The annual Fan Fest held last night at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. Head coach Mitch Darlington told our very own Eric Granstrom that getting players who can play multiple positions is critical this time of the year.
Anytime that we can get a two-way player, you know, a guy that can get on the mound and close out a game for you or give you some innings, especially early on in June when, you know, a lot of your full-time arms aren't in yet, that's just a huge bonus for us.
Early start, May 31st. I think first time since like the 3rd or 4th year of the team's existence. Getting an early start like this, is there a benefit to that?
You know, I don't know if there's a benefit. I think this year in particular, we just emphasized really trying to bring in good 10-day contracts. You know, in the past, it's usually 3 games, 4 games, and then your big guys arrive. And, you know, this year, you know, it could be up to 10 to 14 games that we're seeing some of these local guys playing. So I think we just kind of hammered in and really tried to dial in the recruiting process of our 10 days as opposed to kind of, you know, laying back on it.
With most of the regular season players still playing college ball, Mitch says it may be quite some time before they work their way into town and put on an Apple Sox uniform.
A good thing and a bad thing, but you know, we got a couple teams, Grand Canyon in a regional, San Diego in a regional. UC Irvine, who we've pulled from, they're in a regional. So, you know, some of our big gun position players are a little slow getting out here, but no, I'm excited about our 10-day contracts. We got a lot of new faces in here, a lot of guys that are hungry, and a lot of just grittiness, a lot of junior college guys that are itching to play, and it'll be fun to see on opening night.
I know you did some infield, outfield. You got some batting practice in. Talk about what you're feeling out as you get these guys and see the whites of their eyes for the first time.
Yeah, you know, a lot of it, you feel like you know them because you've looked at their stats on a computer or been texting or calling with them. But, you know, the first day for me, I just want to sit back and see them, want to see them take ground balls, see them take fly balls, watch the swings, and just get a feel for what I see and kind of the players I'm thinking they are, or maybe it's someone I'm not thinking they are, and just kind of formulate, start thinking about how it's going to look this weekend.
Mitch Darlington told Eric Granstrom that having college coaches sell their players to come to Wenatchee for the summertime is big.
You know, I think the guys that you return are kind of your culture setters. Luckily, we've got quite a few returners coming back this summer, you know, and they kind of set the tone on how we play and kind of the environment and competitiveness that we want to bring. And I think a lot of the guys will figure out pretty quick this isn't laid-back summer baseball where we just roll the balls out and play. They know. And honestly, the coaches that we're recruiting from and pulling from are starting to learn and know just, hey, we take it serious, we're here to win, and they send the right type of guys to us now.
First pitch tomorrow night is 6:35. If you can't make it to the ballpark, our cameras will be there. We'll have it here on the NCW Live channel. Eric Granstrom and Brandon Schmitten on the call. Our pregame is set for 6:30, and those are just some of the games that people are playing on this 30th day of May. Happy National Creativity Day. Did I create a slide for that? Okay, that's good. Yeah, everybody's creative. Creativity doesn't necessarily mean you're artistic or you're a good writer or a good musician. Everybody has some creative skill. A great deal of the time, it's just hard to figure out what it is. For me, it's watching other creative people do stuff. All humans are creative to one form or another. Some fun facts about creativity. 3/4 of people polled say they have bursts of creativity while taking a shower. Maybe there's something, well, you're by yourself, and maybe the sensory part of having warm water pull over your body kicks in the creative part of your brain. I don't know. Trying new skills will naturally make you creative, even if you're not any good at it. Just trying something new that you've never tried before will make you more creative. And a friendly reminder, daydreaming is good for you. A lot of very creative people have a tendency to have their brains wander off in the middle of the day, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. My brain is wandering right now, and it's back. Happy National Creativity Day. Today in history, 27 minutes after the hour, the very first Indianapolis 500 was run in Speedway, Indiana, just outside of Indianapolis. Ray Harone won in the Wasp. Good job, Ray. He was the very first winner of the Indy 500 113 years ago today on this date, 1911. His average speed for the winner for the first Indy 500 was 74.6 miles an hour, so 75 miles an hour roughly, but you still had to go 500 miles. Last week, Joseph Newgarden won. He averaged 168 miles an hour. Lesson learned, the cars are faster now. The first Indy 500 on this date in 1911. They finally got around to dedicating the Lincoln Memorial on this date 102 years ago, May 30th, 1922. Took them a long time, almost as soon as Lincoln was assassinated in 1865. The idea of creating a memorial for Abraham Lincoln started almost immediately, and then the infighting started between Congress and the architects and where we're going to put it and where's the money going to come from, and it just kept dragging on, and then of course it took forever to build it. So the idea sprouted up in 1865. It finally opened in 1922. The statue of Lincoln inside the Lincoln Memorial was only supposed to be 10 feet tall, but when they built this huge thing to put the statue in, the guy said, now we got to make the statue bigger, so now it's 19 feet tall, so it wouldn't be overwhelmed by the interior of the Lincoln Memorial. When you visit the Lincoln Memorial, and you should, I think everybody who visits Washington, D.C. as a tourist goes to the Lincoln Memorial because it doesn't really close, it's open. You're only seeing about half of it. Because it's built in a swamp, the foundation of the Lincoln Memorial to hold up the incredible weight of this building is 60 feet deep. It's It's way down there. It's way down there. Not surprisingly, for the opening ceremonies, they invited as many prominent African Americans as they could to see the unveiling of the Lincoln Memorial, and they all got there and they found out that they would be sitting in a segregated part of the audience. This is Washington, D.C. in the 1920s. The Lincoln Memorial is 122 years old today. Here's the box score from a baseball game from 89 years ago today. From at the Baker Bowl, it's the Boston Braves and the Philadelphia Phillies. Babe Ruth, you'll see his name there on the left, batting third, playing left field. He was retired in his first at-bat, an infield grounder, and then that was it. For Babe Ruth, it was all over. It was the first game of a doubleheader. He took himself out of the rest of the first game. Didn't play in the second game. It would never play another Major League Baseball game again. He would retire a couple of days later. Babe Ruth's last game, 89 years ago today. And 76 years ago today, if you're old enough, my dad certainly was, he remembered the flood of 1948, which affected almost everybody who lived along the Columbia River. Well, on this date in 1948, the town of Vanport, Oregon was simply wiped off the map. And at the time, it was the second largest city in all of Oregon. It was a bedroom community just to the east of Portland, and the flood waters came, the dikes broke, and the entire town of 18,500 people gone, obliterated. How many people actually died? Only 15. It was Memorial Day weekend. A lot of people had left town. There were not a lot of people in town when the floodwater, think about it, a town of almost 19,000 people and only 50 people drowned. They never rebuilt Vanport, Oregon. By the way, it's now where the Portland International Speedway is located. One birthday. Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Yosemite Sam, Tweety, Sylvester, Porky Pig, Foghorn Leghorn, Barney Rubble in the Flintstones, Mr. Spacely on the Jetsons, Mel Blanc, the man of 1,000 voices, born in the state in 1908, died in 1989. And what was the key to his success? The doctors examined him. He had these incredibly large and strong vocal cords. Said they've never seen anything like it. Mel Blanc, born in the state in 1908. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor. Last I checked, platinum's pretty cool. That would be Alpine Air for heating and cooling. Call Alpine Air. I already told you we're going to be hitting 90 degrees by this time next week. Don't be caught off guard. Get your AC checked from Alpine Air before the real heat comes, and it's a-coming. And if you like to cool off in the heat, check out maybe get yourself a pool. Pool to Spa Services on Worthing Street. If you already have a pool or a spa, they got the chemicals there to keep your water nice and clean. And special thanks to our friends at Prestige Senior Living at Colonial Vista. Mike McNaughty has got an opinion. You're going to hear from two cast members from Stage Kids Washington's production of Little Mermaid Jr. Two cast members and two parents. That's in the interview section. But first, Ollie the dog needs a home. It's Paws for Pets.
Paws for Pets is presented by Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, Mary Maid's Doghouse Brewery, Leavenworth, and Club Crow Bar and Grill.
Hi, I am Barb with Wenatchee Valley Animal Care and Control. I am their dispatcher, and I am here with Ollie, our one-year-old husky cattle dog mix that is up for adoption. Mr. Ollie is very attentive when he has some treats. Can you sit? Sit, bud. Sit. Sit. Nope, sit. Very treat motivated. He is very affectionate, loves his cuddles. We just got done having some play group time, so he is a little bit muddy. Sorry about that. You can tell because he is very white. Usually, he is, he would probably benefit for a fenced-in yard because he is very hyperactive, but he does love other dogs. And hi, bud. He loves belly rubs, long walks, definitely long walks because of his breed. He's super active. So yeah, Mr. Ollie, he does he does well with a lot of different dogs. So if you have a dog at home, I think he would definitely benefit from that. Given that it would probably help keep him very active having a play friend. Come here, Ollie. Don't know how he does with cats, unfortunately. So that is something that would definitely, it would need to be a slow introduction if anything. But yeah, he does love he also loves long walks. We have some volunteers here that like to take him out and take him on some jogs, which he's enjoyed. As I said, he is very treat motivated, so he knows sit as of right now. We have definitely gotten that down, and he knows lay down as long as he has treats. So we're working on it without the treats, but as long as you got treats, he is highly motivated. He's when you walk him, he is strong, but as long as you have treats and he knows that you are one with him, he's definitely great on a leash. Ollie's been with us for a little while. He did come into us when he was a little bit smaller of a pup. Came in with his brother, who is a boxer mix, and lived with him well. Absolutely adored having a doggy sibling in the household. Unfortunately, when he was here, the owner did not come to claim him, so he's been with us, and we're just hoping to get him the perfect home and get him someone that's going to love him as much as we do and spoil him and understand his need for constant activity with his breed, and knowing that he will need some activity in the household as well, whether it be some enrichment tools or puzzle games, anything like that, to keep his mind consistently stimulated. Ollie seems like a good fit for you and your family. Hi, buddy. Then he is available for adoption at Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. They are open every day except for Wednesdays from 12:30 to 6:30 p.m. So definitely give them a call because this guy's waiting.
Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org. Pause for Pets is presented by Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, Mary Maid's Doghouse Brewery Leavenworth, and Club Crow Bar and Grill.
Hey, hon, would you run this around to the wash rack?
Oh, okay.
Hey, hon, what happened?
They shrunk the truck.
The all-new mid-size Canyon is now available at Sangster Motors.
Headaches, neck or back pain? Been injured in a car accident, a work injury, or fall? Studies show that whiplash causes pain year after year. Your neck is supposed to be curved and acts like a spring to absorb shock, but when it's damaged, it straightens or reverses, and this causes headaches and pain. The solution is our specialized comprehensive combination care. You need our team of professionals who will address every point of your injury with very specific equipment and skill. Stop by Wenatchee or Leavenworth for a free consultation.
Let nothing stand between you and the tree stand with this great offer on the fast, durable Kubota Sidekick. Featuring a gas-powered engine that delivers a top speed of 40 miles per hour, outstanding acceleration and handling with cargo, and a 2-year, 1,000-hour warranty. Get the Sidekick now for 0 down, 0% APR for 36 months or save $1,000.
This is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, there's a trending hypothetical question for women. If you were alone in the woods, would you rather encounter a bear or a man who was a stranger? Evidently, many women have answered a bear. Now, this response is apparently a real surprise to many of us of the male gender, and also some men have taken offense of this response. Well, guys, let's face it. We have to ask ourselves, if women are saying they'd rather encounter a bear than a stranger man, why would women answer this way? This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
How do you think like an entrepreneur?
I have had it in mind starting my own business. This is all really good to know right now. I am currently making a vision board. I am talking about my well-being, my personal finances, and habits that I would like to work on and to improve myself to be a better entrepreneur.
I moved here 6 years ago. The manager here asked me what I like to do, and I told him that I like to play games, I like to play cards. And he said, boy, have I got a woman for you to meet. And he introduced me to her, and we walked down the hall, and I took her hand, and we've never let go of each other.
Life is so good when you're happy, and I'm very happy at Prestige.
The Surf and Slide Water Park is open from Memorial Day through Labor Day. Surf and Slide is located in the heart of Central Washington in Moses Lake with activities for all ages and abilities. Check out Surf and Slide's Flow Rider Surfing Simulator, Lazy River, 2 200-foot water slides, tube slides, and diving boards. Our children's area includes a Treasure Island water structure, splash pad, and baby octopus slide. For season passes, visit us online or find Surf and Slide on Facebook.
Welcome back to the program. Stage Kids Washington does a number of projects throughout the course of the year. This is one of their bigger productions. It is this weekend at the Numerica Performing Arts Center. It is Little Mermaid Junior as opposed to Little Mermaid Senior, which quite frankly, I've never seen before. Two of our cast members, one of them is going to be in all 8 shows. There's cast A and cast B, and the other one has it a little bit easier. Michaela and Nellie, introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Michaela. I'm Nellie.
Very good. Nellie is the one who's got to carry the heavy load. You're in all 8 shows.
Yes.
Why?
I'm double casted, cast A and B. I guess they just liked me so much they wanted more.
But you don't play the same.
I play the same roles except for my lead role as Chef Louis. That is solely cast B.
Chef Louis is one of the bigger roles, though.
Yes, Chef Louis has a song where he gets to sing about how much he loves les poissons. So it's a featured role, and it's really fun.
Can you sing?
Like, hee hee hee, ho ho ho.
That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do.
I sing.
So when you tried out for the show, or rehearsed, or whatever the case may be, and tryouts, I think is what they're called, did you, whatever role you want to give me is fine, or I'd really like to play this role or that role? Is that it?
Honestly, I was just looking for something, I was just excited to be in Little Mermaid, honestly, because that was like me and my mom's favorite movie growing up. So it just felt so cool to be part of that experience. And I was like, well, if I could get a featured role in this show that I've grown to love in my heart, that would be the coolest thing ever. But like, I'm just so happy to be here. So it was pretty exciting to get a featured role in this show.
Same deal. When you tried out, it was like, whatever you guys want to put me in, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And yet
I was ready.
You got a pretty juicy role here too.
Yeah, I got an awesome role.
You get to play Sebastian.
Yes.
Do you like Sebastian?
Yes, it's been really fun being that character for sure.
Are you in like heavy duty costumes? We're going to shoot some footage here when we're done, but dress rehearsal isn't until later on tonight. We quite frankly don't have the time, but we're going to get some footage. Big time, heavy, serious, tailored costumes?
Not really. I just have like kind of like a tux thing. So it's not that bad. I don't know how heavy I would go with my costume, but I would definitely say large is. She's a little puffy.
Do you get stage breaks because you're not on stage the whole damn time, but not so much for you.
I would say, yeah, that I'm on stage a lot because I think I counted today, and in cast B I have about 5 costume changes during the show. So when I'm not on stage, I am changing my costume.
So it doesn't stop?
No.
And is there an intermission? Do you guys get a breather?
There is an intermission, but I'm performing during it. Oh yeah, we are.
Wait a minute, you're on the stage the whole damn time, and during intermission, you're still performing.
Yes. Oh, yep.
What do you do during intermission? Is there a little show?
I'm in a tap dance for seagulls.
Okay.
It's like a dream come true. I get to be on stage.
Do you have a lot of talents? You can sing. You can
sing.
Dance,
I dance. My favorite is probably dancing. I love to dance. And you cook too. And I cook.
Do you play any musical instruments?
I play flute, bass guitar. Well, I play flute, electric bass, and upright bass.
And yourself, you play any musical instruments?
I play the ukulele.
The ukulele? Do you have any problem fingering the? 'Cause that's hard. That's hard to do.
No, I don't actually.
How did you two get involved with Stage Kids? I'll let you go first.
I don't. I think that I saw something about it. Like my mom saw something about it like on Facebook or something. She's like, "This looks fun. Like you should try it." And then I ended up just like falling in love with it.
From the very earliest age. Oh, I think what 5 or 6 you can get into.
Yeah, I think I started at 5. Yeah.
So as soon as you could.
Yeah.
No problem getting up on stage with a bunch of people and lights and all that
I was
stuff?
ready.
Because it takes guts to do that. A lot of people can't do it. They think they can, and they get on with the lights and the people and the microphones, and they go, ah. What about you, Stage Kids?
I heard about Stage Kids through a close friend and basically relative, and then when I joined Stage Kids, that was right during the shutdown, so we got about a month in, and it was like over. But like the whole time, I was like, well, that was fun, so I'm not done yet. So when it came back up, I was like, yeah, I'm still ready to go, and I'm still very much wanting to do this. So my first show was in 5th grade, and I was in The Wizard of Oz.
What was your first show?
101 Dalmatians.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
you're used to this. You're not. So when you're on stage, are you too busy worrying about what it is that you're supposed to be doing, where your mark is, and what you're supposed to be saying? Are you so busy that you can't think to yourself, man, I'm really doing good tonight? Does that happen?
No, not really, honestly.
Sometimes in my free time, I like to look out in the audience, but honestly,
watch the TV.
No. Honestly, it's just so fun to be on stage that I'm more involved in that. I'm not thinking about myself necessarily, but I'm more thinking, where am I at? This is so cool. All these people are watching me. Like, this is amazing. So, I'm more.
A lot of people watch me on TV. It's kind of cool. What is this something you guys want to keep on doing? I mean, right through high school, or I think you might just get burned out of theater and do something else, like just play the ukulele all day.
I love theater so much, and I love watching theater. It's hard to predict what my future in theater will look like. I know I'm very heavily involved with the high school band right now, and I know that that is a big commitment, so I'll have to look at that in the future and see how much time I will have, because I think I'll continue voice lessons and all that, but I'll have to see how much theater necessarily I'll be able to do.
What about you? Same deal? You kind of want to keep doing it, or see what happens?
Yeah, well, I'm playing a lot of sports at the high school and involved in like ASB and stuff, so I don't actually really know like where I'm going to be at.
Okay. Well, there's no rush.
Yeah, I'm still going to sing and everything, you know?
Are you a better, well-rounded person just by doing this? I mean, are you glad you do this?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. What kind of skill set are you taking out of this? When it's all said and done, when you're 30 and you've got 2 kids, and you're going, man, I'm so glad I did Stage Kids because I learned
how to be confident and just that it's okay to be myself, I guess.
Same question. What are you bringing away from this whole experience?
It's kind of funny because for me, coming into Stage Kids, I feel like I've always been a very confident, very loud person. So more for me, something I've learned is how to deal with setbacks, how to overcome situations, and just how to learn, really. I've loved getting to learn. And so I feel like I've taken out a different set of skills, but they're so valuable to me.
2 more questions and we'll cut you loose because they got to rehearse real quick. Opening night or closing night? What do you like best? I mean, it's not like opening night, here we go, I'm really nervous, or closing night, we actually did it. And,
right in the middle.
Right in the middle?
Right in the middle. I like the middle of the shows because I don't have to worry that, this is going to be over soon, and I don't have to worry, I don't know what I'm doing because this is the second time I've been on the stage. Like, in the middle, I know what I'm doing, but I'm not sad because it's almost over.
And closing night for me because I'm like proud of what I did and everything that I've accomplished for sure. So.
Cool. You'll do fine. I heard Michelle and Kelsey are kind of difficult to work with. Is that you hear scuttlebutt backstage? Geez, Miss McCormick is all over me about. Is that true? Is that just a rumor?
I don't think so.
They're both very fun individuals.
Yes.
Okay. I'm sorry I started it then. Have a great show. Break a leg. They still say that in theater?
Yes.
Of course.
Okay.
Bad luck not to.
Speaking of the aforementioned Michelle and Kelsey, they'll be joining me when we come back. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
The Lake Chelan Chamber of Commerce presents Wonders of Wooden Avenue.
Steelhead Cider offers 20 taps with cider, beer, and wine, featuring views of the lake, great music, and fantastic flights. Find it on Wooden Ave behind the bookstore in downtown Chelan.
Kelly's Classic Ace Hardware Store. From the minute you walk through the door, you'll feel the difference. Kelly's revives the days of personal service lost in the big box stores of today. Kelly's Ace Hardware in classic downtown Chelan.
Wonders of Wooden Avenue, North Central Washington's premier shopping district.
Well, you met two of the cast members. Now you get to meet two of the behind-the-scenes people. Michelle has done Wake Up Wenatchee Valley for Stage Kids. How many times?
A couple times.
A couple times in studios. First time she's actually done it on location. Introduce your friend.
This is Kelsey Eberth. She is our stage manager, assistant, as well as director in training for this show.
Director in training, meaning you're learning the craft?
I am. It's almost like being a mentor teacher and a student teacher. So I'm following her, I'm taking notes, I'm learning about what's going on, asking questions. She's done it so many times that I'm asking questions that she has to think about. And yeah, why do I do this? Or how does this help? So
I'm going to go out on a limb and assume that you have a kid involved in the Stage Kids?
Yes, I do. I have one daughter, Brooklyn. My son is going to be involved this summer in some of the camps. And that's how I got started and started with the production team.
Her husband has actually been
Oh, that's right.
He was in a White Christmas that we did last Christmas as well.
Yeah, so it's a whole family.
What role did he play?
thing. He was Ralph Sheldrake.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was one of the military buddies who's now the producer and brings them on stage.
Okay, so very minor role, nothing really going on.
He had fun with it.
So you have a kid. Do people understand the parental involvement and all that? Because you're not only asking a lot for the kids, and the kids seem to love it. You know, we already talked to two of the cast members, and that's exemplifies the enthusiasm the kids have. The parents, you guys put in a lot of time.
We do, and I have to say it is one of my favorite parts. So my daughter had a lot of separation anxiety coming out of COVID, so she wanted me to sit at every single rehearsal for a long time, and I realized that I was growing in relationships with people that I might not have otherwise overlapped with. So I really enjoy the community we have and getting to know other parents, and it really is a tight community, and it's a fun time.
As a director, and you've done a lot of these, do you see when the kids, especially say like the 7 or 8-year-olds, have that epiphany when they're doing the show or rehearsing, and all of a sudden they know they got it?
Yes, it's my favorite thing about what I do. I can almost see the aha moments in their eyes, like, oh, I realize what she's talking about now. And it's so exciting to see. And then from show to show, of course, to see the growth.
What is the age range of the cast, from the youngest to the oldest?
This show, we have 3rd graders through 8th graders. And our 4th, our 3rd and 4th graders often are kind of an entry level participation. So they get a chance to be in a couple of the scenes and learn the ropes, as you would say, and then starting in 5th grade, then they're participating in everything.
Is it even possible to direct 3rd and 4th graders?
Oh, it is possible to direct 1st and 2nd graders. In the summer, we have summer camps, starting with kindergarten, we're doing shows,
So it is
possible to hurt cats.
As long as they're engaged, they're going to listen to your instructions and do...
We just do age-appropriate shows, simplified choreography, bring it down.
And we're all working together to produce one thing. And so they are eager to be directed. They're eager to pull off this big show. They take it on as their own. So it's not just something that we are asking them to do like a chore. It's, oh, we're excited to create this thing together.
Little Mermaid Jr., what's the thought process on bringing this show to the stage here?
It is a fan favorite. We did this show 8 years ago, and we've kind of just had it on the back burner, waiting for the right time to bring it back around. And it's just a show that kids love, and audience members as well. I think you said you enjoyed this movie maybe more than your niece?
Yes, I did. She's dating me. That was 34 years ago or whatever. So it's like Little Mermaid. It's just the storyline is a little more simplified. Dialogue is more simplified.
It's the full story. There's only one change, and that's just how Ursula disappears toward the end of the show. But otherwise, it is the full movie production put on stage. It is the Disney Broadway production.
If you are in Stage Kids and you're participating in this production, you're going to be on stage because you have 2 casts, right?
Correct.
A and B, so you're going to be somewhere on stage during one of the performances, correct? I mean, pretty much everybody at one point or another is on
Yes,
stage?
we have 99 kids involved. So we have
You just
cast
said
of
99 kids.
99 kids.
Yeah.
And so cast of 50 and 49. And all the kids participate in multiple scenes. So the majority of them, maybe not a few of the leads, but like Sebastian, they maybe have one costume the whole show, but many of them are in multiple ensembles, so they're changing costume, picking up props, lots of responsibility backstage for those kids. But they do get to participate in a couple different scenes on every show.
And yet doing, go ahead.
I was going to say big musical numbers, and so lots of kids on stage, lots of big costumes because we're under the sea, so we're filling the sea. So lots of opportunity for
Color,
kids.
kites, all sorts of exciting things.
Sounds like the backstage folks, costumes, set construction, they had a lot of work to do.
There was a lot of work, and this is a big show. In fact, I've been told by the technical director here, this might be one of the most technical shows they ever do at this.
Mike Locke said that?
He sure did.
Wow, that comes high
Yes.
praise from Mike Locke.
So there's a lot of really cool special effects and things in the show. I know people will enjoy it. Kids will be mesmerized.
Is it difficult putting on 8 shows in 4 days? There's 2 on Thursday, 2 on Friday, 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday. That's a lot of shows in 4 days.
It is a lot of shows, and they get to switch off. So each cast will get a little bit of a rest in between. So they each do 4 shows.
Talk a little bit more about Stage Kids Washington before we have some footage that we want to get before we have to cut them loose. Folks maybe we planted a seed. I know we've done it before. How do folks get involved with Stage Kids Washington? What does it entail? Talk about summer camp, all the stuff about the whole organization, umbrella-wise.
Sure. It's a nonprofit, year-round theater. We have camps, we have classes, educational classes, everything from stage makeup and how to build sets and props to voice and dance classes. And all the information is on our website. It's a great time, summer is a great time to jump in because the kids are together all day at camp and they really build friendships and they look forward to seeing those friends again when they come and do shows. Yeah, do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, we're excited for the summer. We've got a great lineup, 101 Dalmatians. What else do we have
We're
going
doing a middle school show.
Yep.
It's a little bit a higher level as far as the seriousness of the material. And it's called Frankie Builds Androids. It's talking about bullying and some other topics like that. And then we tonight are announcing our fall family musical. It is our 10-year anniversary show.
Can you tell us what it is now?
I can't, but watch social media.
Okay.
It will be released in a couple of days. Yes.
It's not Schindler's List. We'll tell you that right now.
Nope.
Michelle, last question. Did you recruit Kelsey for this thing, or Kelsey goes, I want to do this? How did this partnership?
That's a really good question. Do you want to answer?
I actually said, hey, I want to get more involved. I was getting my master's earlier and then said, hey, I'm done with that. I'd love to get more involved. My daughter is really passionate about it. It's a great opportunity for me to spend time with her doing something we both enjoy.
It is Stage Kids Washington's production of Little Mermaid Junior, which is essentially, as I just found out, pretty much the show, as you know, 2 shows on Thursday, one at 10:30 in the morning and one at 6:30 at night. That's with Cast A. Then Cast B takes over, again, 10:30 and 6:30 on Friday the 31st. Saturday, 2 shows, 2 and 6. Sunday, 2 shows, 1:30 and 5:30. Then they get to take a break. Tickets can be had by doing what?
You can call the box office, you can come down to the box office, or you can order them online.
Simple enough.
Yeah,
Break a leg.
numericapack.org.
There you go.
Yeah.
Have a great show.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule for joining us.
Hey, has anyone ever told you you're really good at interviewing?
I know. No, this is the first
Great
time.
job.
Yeah.
Great job.
Great
Thank you.
questions.
Great bangs.
Thank you.
You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Raising a family may have seemed overwhelming to your parents, but they weren't. Coach, teacher, life guide, caregiver. Family takes care of family. And as the circle of life continues, you now are their caregiver. It may seem overwhelming, but we're here to help you find the support services necessary so you can provide quality care to your elders.
Call Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington at 1-800-572-4459.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect. No matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier. Total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Last item on the agenda happens to be the first item on the agenda. One more look at that weather forecast. Could be very nice today. Not as windy as we had yesterday. We'll call it breezy anyway. And a high of 69, 43 for the overnight low tonight. A little wind tonight as well. Friday, beautiful. Great way to start the weekend. Sunshine and 75. Not bad Saturday. Partly sunny, a little breezy. Again, a high near 75. You'll notice a few more clouds on Saturday than tomorrow. Saturday night, partly cloudy, a little breezy, 51 for the overnight low. Sunday, things start changing. Storm system's going to start plowing into the valley by Sunday afternoon. By Sunday sunset, we'll have some rain coming down. We're only going to get to 67. Going to rain off and on Sunday night. Pretty much most of the day Monday until we get to mid-Monday afternoon. Look, we're only going to get to 63, but confidence is increasing that we're going to be at least in the 80s by Thursday of next week. And that is it. Start your Friday with us. We hope so. That would be tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Where you can find not only amazing adventures, but also delicious food. That's me, Elizabeth. And today my friends Bryant Wood, Jennifer Veal, Mayada Walsh, Jesse LeBeau and I are going to cook and eat. We'll warm up with some traditional Armenian sweets.
Keep going. Keep going. Really good. Yeah.
Eat lavash.
So fresh, wow.
And we'll indulge in some traditional Russian foods.
Okay guys, now if you wanted to come to Russia for a traditional Russian meal, you'd traditionally go to an izba, which is a Russian wooden house.
But before we heat up the kitchen, yummy! It's a delicious adventure you don't want to miss, especially if you like chocolate. Welcome to Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World, Flavors of Europe.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Stanton.